Hello, welcome to the information morning, afternoon, evening, middle of the night, whenever you're watching this presentation, just on a little bit of more information on you getting to know what public service is like at Newton Rigg. I'm Guy, I'm the course manager, and you'll also be able to see Mal. He's one of our course lecturers as well. We're going to take you through probably about a 15-20 minute presentation on everything to expect from your course. If you've got any questions or anything that you've got following this presentation, there are some links and some methods that you'll be able to get hold of us, and we'll be able to answer any questions from there. So I'm just going to flick over onto our PowerPoint now, so bear with me a couple of minutes. So you should now be able to see a PowerPoint presentation with a couple of glossy images of everything life at Newton Rigg. So you'll see there from top left hand corner, looks like it's the bar, which is sort of the area with teas and coffees and snacks and all that type of stuff. Next one along is our equine areas. If that interests you, there'll be elements of enrichment that you can get involved with. Next one, probably won't get involved too much with the engineering side of it. The climbing wall, you probably will, far right, get more involved with that one. But probably what will interest you more is sort of the middle to bottom. One of our public service students in uniform moving along with a stretcher, and some of our sports students running a badminton session. So that's sort of an overall view of Newton Rigg. So moving on, I'll let Mel introduce this bit.
Well, as we're in lockdown, there's no fire drills planned for today. So if your own alarm goes off, I suggest you get outside of your house. Smoking's only permitted in designated areas, so don't let me catch you smoking whilst we're delivering this presentation. For safeguarding reasons, ensure that your visitor sticker is visible. Maybe not today.
So obviously that one was a presentation that we normally use within the classroom, looking at some of our factors that we've got to tell you about, but obviously as you sat in your own house, it doesn't matter too much. So again, more images of just the general sort of wider community. As you'll know, Askham and Newton Rigg is an agricultural based college that has outstanding facilities. Predominantly it was a lot of land-based courses, farming courses and equine courses. Now it's sort of developed more into a lot of general further education, and you'll see there sort of the middle picture of some of our students having a game of rugby on there, which will be some of the facilities that you are using. Our facilities in public service is slightly different. I will get onto them in a little while, and there's some little video clips of you to be able to see that, but you'll be able to see there in public service, in our department, sports and public services, we have a wide range of industry links. So we expect you as a public service student to join the cadets, and the one with the people that look like soldiers in the middle, right, that is our cadet unit. So with that, you're expected to do that predominantly because it gives you a wide range of skills and offers up a new suite of qualifications. Again, in some of the presentations that we do from here and that we send out over the summer, you will gain more information on that. But it offers up the potential of getting another 2 qualifications alongside your public service qualifications. And obviously, if you're looking at going for a career in the forces, then you'll obviously have a little bit of a heads up on what to expect, weapon systems and such like. Right, so that's everyone's expected to join that. And you'll notice another few links around there. We've got good links with Penrith Football Club and the Army, PGL, Eden Valley Sports Partnerships, but more so for public services. Every single public service, from the police through to fire service, through to all elements of military, the ambulance service, and maybe some of the ones that you wouldn't expect, mountain rescue and things like that. We have a fantastic working relationship. We can go out to trips and visits with those particular public services. So expect to be in contact with them, expect them to be doing some form of teaching on your course, and expect to be busy. So alongside our normal day-to-day teaching, we like to get out and about, right, from all sorts of things. We like to go on various different trips and visits, and wherever possible, we like to be overseas. I've been over to bear sanctuaries, all life out in Sweden, with some of our charities that we do some work with, predominantly looking at developing your English skills and ability to teach English to, and sport and other types of activity to foreign students. Right, but obviously, if you're going to progress further in the public services, it'll allow you to develop those skills. There's chance and opportunities to go out with paramedics and do some work with them alongside all the other public services as well. I normally arrange a Spain warm weather training trip every year, right, which we go out and train hard for sort of a between 5 and 7 day trip, all inclusive. Looking at building your fitness and developing in that way. I think Mal's going to speak to you a little bit one about the trips that he organises as part of the government policies unit.
Yeah, so each year we try and get a trip down to London for 4 or 5 days, where we stay with the Royal Marine Reserves, just on the river there, and we also get to go and see, hopefully, Prime Minister's questions, obviously the Houses of Parliament, House of Lords, the Royal Hospital Chelsea, and various other elements of London, with plenty of free time down there as well. And this is linked to a government policies assignment that we do. All right, so rather than being stuck in a classroom, we actually get down to London and see what it's all about.
So as I was saying before, our college is a larger group of colleges, Aston Bryan being our sort of main network. That's based out over in York. We also have sites in Middlesbrough, Saltaire, Wakefield, Newcastle, and the second largest is Newton Rigg, which hopefully you've either applied or will be applying in the not too distant future. We're classed as a good college for Ofsted in our last Ofsted, and outstanding for our residential care of our students, which is absolutely superb. Can't get any better than that. We're always looking at making things better. Right, and every year the residential students get an absolute fantastic programme of events from our residential wardens and the team that they have. But not to say we don't leave our day students out. We try to get out as much as possible with them. So from everything that we offer progression routes right through to entry level, all the way up to degrees. There's options to study once you've done 2 years with ourselves, options to go to our Aston Bryan College and study public services at degree level if you so wish, or maybe that's not for you. Maybe you go on to do policing qualifications or something along those lines, or other courses at university. There are various different other options available of further study. You'll see there, the next bullet point down, Newton Rigg constantly performs more than 4% above the national benchmark for all qualification types. So as a college, we're 4% better than what the government say we need to be, and that gets better each year. In public services, it is slightly higher, but I'll go into some of the facts and figures of that later on in this presentation. If you want any more information, there are taster days available, albeit at the moment during lockdown, there may be virtual taster days or virtual events, but as soon as we get out of this, if we do before September, then we'll be offering various different taster days, taster sessions over the summer. And keep an eye on the website newtonrig.ac.uk for more information on those. So a little video clip for you to watch, save listening to me waffling. So I've watched this clip. So that's just a little video clip to have a look at what our students get up to on a normal sort of college week. Right, so in addition to that, we shall go into some of the practical elements shortly as we look at some of the modules. But of a normal week, you'd be expected to do some of these. So this is at our level 2 and level 3 provision for public services. So fitness, first thing on the presentation there. All right, you will massively improve your fitness. All right, you're going to be joining a public service of some description, whether that be the military, whether it be the fire service, the police. All of them will require you to pass some form of fitness test. We need to be fit enough to be able to do it. All right, if you can't do it at the moment, all right, certainly by Christmas, after you've started with us, you should be aiming to be able to pass that fitness test. Right, and at the end of our year, 2 years, depending how long you stay with us, you should be able to absolutely smash those fitness tests. You'll know what's coming, you'll be confident, you'll know exactly how those tests are going to be performed, so that when you do go to a selection centre, you can outshine the rest of those candidates that are there. Mud runs, you'll have seen some things there. We like to go out and get cold, wet and muddy. Right, toughens us up a little bit. Right, might not be everyone's cup of tea, right, but it does toughen us up. I'm going to pass on to Mal for the next couple of bullet points, because being a sergeant major, he'll be able to tell us a little bit more about drill.
Okay, yes. So we expect everyone to learn drill. We usually do that in cadets. Drill being marching around. It teaches and instills discipline, self-discipline, so you can get yourself ready and be smart on parade. We then take that a stage further, and we'll go and attend a local remembrance parade. And then towards the end of the year, or at some point during the year, we have a pass-out parade, and that will confirm that you've passed the discipline element. Drill is definitely something that everyone learns to enjoy, mainly in cadets. Moving down then, a few of the other modules that we cover are predominantly classroom based, but again, we try and take them outside, like I mentioned there, with government policies. Plenty of fitness training, citizenship and diversity. We cover everything there is to do with that. Generally from a classroom perspective, but again, we try and get out and about and link that to other things that we do in the public services. Teamwork and leadership and command and control go hand in hand with any of the services that you're going to go on to join, and there is the opportunity to gain a further qualification in leadership and management just by attending this area of the course.
So as I said, we'd look at a little bit further into some of our progression routes. 50% of our learners that left us this year have gone on to join a university and then go on to join the police. 20% of our learners have gone on to a career in the armed forces. 20% also pursue careers in other fitness, sports, teaching areas, sports coaching, that type of thing. 10% move on to a career with other services, and 72% of our learners achieve a higher grade. So those people that don't know how the grading system works, it goes past merit and distinction, and anything with a distinction in is classed as a high grade. So 72% of our learners achieve one of the higher grades. So that sort of gives you an idea about the standard of student that we're releasing into the world of work. So as we said already, all students are to join the cadets. Right, we'll have a mandatory trip to Parliament and to London as part of the Government Policies Unit. We'll also look to introduce, as and when available, for all those people that are interested, both male and female can now both apply to the Royal Marines. And for any people that don't know, they are sort of the elite fighting force of the Navy. Right, and their slogan for joining is 99.9% need not apply. Right, so that kind of gives you an idea of how hard it is. It's the longest UK fighting force training at 32 weeks long, as opposed to 12 weeks for the Army. Right, so obviously they should be at a slightly higher standard and a slightly harder training than some of the other services. All right, so that sort of gives you an idea. You can go and experience that for a week, doing all the good fun that they have down there, from high ropes courses and to fitness testing and a potential Royal Marine joining course. You'll do a watered down version of that. So that's a trip attached to the Royal Marines. We've also got, obviously we're in the Lake District. Right, we've got canoeing, kayaking, climbing and caving all on our doorstep, and we have an outdoor adventure department attached to us. Right, so we make full use of their students and their staff and get us out and about to get out into the Lake District and have some fun. Right, you'll have at least a 3-day expedition out into the Lake District where you're to navigate yourself, not get lost, carry all the kit that you need for those 3 days. You'll do a nighttime exercise with myself and Mel, right, and there'll be opportunities for the Everything Possible charity that involves getting paid or trips being paid for to go out and teach sport in Martinique, which is in the Caribbean, or lots of other exotic places. So the way that the course is made up, if you achieve your 4 GCSEs at grade 4 or higher, the old C or higher, then you can go and join the 90 credit. Right, that obviously you're looking at least one of those needs to be English and maths, ideally both of them. Right, in this strange world that we live in, I would imagine that most people should be coming in with their GCSEs, maths and English. Right, if you've obviously been working hard in the run up to GCSEs, then hopefully we'll have a lot of people on the 90 credit with 4 GCSEs, including English and maths. If you don't get your GCSE because maybe you didn't work hard in your mocks or didn't progress as well as you wanted to, or you had a little bit of a struggle, you'll get the option to reset English or maths whilst on our 60 credit. Right, so you must get at least 1 English or maths, right, and 3 other GCSEs, to be on our 60 credit. So basically 2 days a week, you'll go and spend a couple of hours doing the English or maths classes, hence why there's slightly less modules in that to allow you the time to do that. Level 2, if you don't get your GCSEs or you do not very well, not the results you were expecting, then you can join our level 2 progression route. And essentially what we're looking for is sort of D's, E's and F's on there, and it'll give you the opportunity to resit both English and maths. Mal likes fluffiness, so I'll let him do this bit.
Okay, so we've got plenty of other facilities on site, not necessarily specific to public services, but we have everything from CCTV, residential wardens, counsellor service, safeguard, mobile numbers 24/7. Okay, so if any student or parent has got any concerns whatsoever, it can always be sorted out. There's someone on site and contactable at all times. So you can always feel safe and secure and included.
So if you so wish, there is accommodation. It says on there that there will be run with tours from the sports hall. If you're at Newton Rigg in the sports hall and watching this presentation, you're not isolating yourself, so get back home. But basically, once we do open again, there will be accommodation tours. There will be some tours of campus and things happening both in our department and college-wide. And for those people that are a little bit further away from home, instead of travelling in every day, there is an option to stay on site with ensuite accommodation. All very nice. There's some nice pictures there. Wi-Fi and your meals, and a budget for meals at our canteen. There is free transport as well being offered. Buses will pick you up from designated bus stops, and you'll set on them however long it takes you to college, and you get there free of charge. You get free bus pass. So happy days. Also, there are a variety of different elements. On the next slide, there is some contact details. Right, if you've got anything relating to any of these that aren't public service related, then if you sort of contact the relevant department inquiries, and they will pass it on to the relevant people, and they will respond to you as quickly as they can in this strange situation. So anything from English and maths through to if parents have maybe seen something, online and they're interested in doing a short course or a long course, there's various different elements there through to financial support. So have a look on there. If you could have a look on the website. If you can't find the answer on there, then have a look at the following links. The inquiries email is probably the best one on there. They normally respond to you within 24 hours. But things more relevant to us at Newton Rigg is we do have a Facebook page at Newton Rigg College. We've got a Twitter account. We've got a Instagram account, and there's obviously a phone number. If you phone that phone number, I don't think anyone's going to answer at the minute. Right, so stick with emails for this time being, emails and Facebook. So if I was you, I'd be taking a note of these, taking a picture on my phone, and the website's at the top. So I'll just give you a couple of seconds to get that information. More relevant to public service is the Newton Rigg Outdoor Adventure and Public Service Facebook. So have a look at that one, have a like on there, then you can sort of follow our movements. We are at the moment in this lockdown phase, every morning, Monday to Friday, 11 o'clock, doing a bit of a 10-minute HIIT workout. Right, so it's got myself and Mal on there. We may get some guests in to do things from time to time. We had one guest in this morning, crazy PTI she was. We had her on there, right, but it just gives you an opportunity to sort of see some of the exercises, some of the fitness elements that you're going to be doing if you decide to come to Newton Rigg. And if nothing else, it gives you a bit of a 10-minute good workout, a bit of a blast, has a bit of a sweat on, right, in your garden, in your living room. We do have an Instagram page. Mal's going to let you know what that one is now.
Yeah, so as Guy alluded to before, our department consists of 3 separate courses. So we've got outdoor adventure, we've got sport, and we've got what we're talking about today, the uniform public services. So our Facebook page is combined of all 3. But if you're just solely interested in uniform public services, like you should be, get across to Instagram and you're looking for Newton Rigg Public Services. At Newton Rigg Public Services. Find us on Instagram. Like it, share it, and the more followers we get on there, the more stuff we'll post about what we've done recently in college and what sort of things that you can look forward to when you come and join us.
Just a final clip for you to have a watch. So that again gives you a little bit of an insight to, in the sports hall, what we would normally get up to bring you up to a reasonable fitness standard to get past those fitness tests. So that's us at the end of our presentation. I'm just going to come back to our normal view. And I would normally at this stage, right, give you a tour of Newton Rigg. We'd then normally go on and do a little bit of a taster and go and see what it's all about, but obviously we can't. So what I'm going to suggest is tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock, you get on to the Facebook page and you have a little go at our workout. Right, watch some of the clips on there, have a look at some of the photos. Right, stay safe, stay well, stay at home, and hopefully we'll see you very soon, either before September on a taster day or in September once we start. Goodbye from me.
And see you later from me.